Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and many online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm excited to be here today with Molly Grove. Molly, it's lovely to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. So what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
I'm a bioenergy healing practitioner, and I offer mini sessions, about 25 minutes each session.
Well, so what is bioenergy healing?
That's a question I'm often asked. It's based on the premise that we all have an aura that's around our energy field around our body, and due to trauma and stress or whatnot, our chakras get blocked. And as a practitioner, I bring in universal energy. I serve as a conduit, and I gather up the energy in the block chakra and send it on to the universe, which once they're cleared, then it allows the body to heal, whether it's illness or stress or anything in your life. It's amazing how quickly one shifts.
And how do you go about, if you can just share a little of like kind of what's behind the scenes, how do you go about sensing when a chakra is blocked, and what is the process of releasing? Not like to teach us, but just to give us a sense of what's happening.
Most of the time with the bioenergy healing modality, the client is standing up and they're listening to meditative music and their eyes are closed, and I'm moving around their body using a variety of hand techniques to gather up the energy and releasing it. That's basically how it works.
Okay, yeah. And how did you get started doing this? How did this show up in your life?
I like to blame it on the universe. I was happily, I thought, in corporate America for 25, 30 years. In a great job that I loved. It was in human resources, growing a company from 200 employees in the Northwest to over 4,000 worldwide. And as I approached my late 50s, early 60s, the universe had a different idea for me. So I was displaced from that wonderful job and kind of lost my identity. But eventually I asked my guides, am I ever going to do human resources again? And they said, no, you're here to be a healer, and it's time that you get going on that. So I was drawn to, I did a program with Jackie Beam, who's an intuitive life coach, for 6 months. And during that time, I was drawn to bioenergy healing, which is there's a school based in Vancouver, BC, and which took me to Costa Rica for practitioner training. You have to understand, I'd never been out of the country practically, except for Canada, and had no business spending the kind of money I was doing. But that when you're intuitively drawn and it's flowing, it's just, there's nothing to stop me. So I came back from training and did an internship where you have to work on people for free and have a 50% success rate. So I did that, and then April of 2018, I worked out of a couple places in Bellevue doing it part-time at both places and never looked back.
Great. Yeah. So you're in the Seattle area now, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you talked to your guides. Like, had you started talking to your guides long before? Like, so had you been interested and engaged in the field for a long time, and it just everything started?
No, I was a closet spiritual person, I guess is the best way. I love to meet with psychics, but no one else in my world, they would have thought I was crazy. So it really wasn't until I joined Wisdom Soup, which is a spiritual group in Bellevue, that it really opened up my eyes to all the world of energy healing.
Great. Yeah, it's great how much the Good that group has done. Well, so do people come to work with you when they know they have a blockage, or they just don't feel good, or they come with specific reasons and questions? Like, how do people show up to work with you?
I'm I'm drawn, or people are drawn to me when they're ready for what I have to offer. It's how the universe works. I see everything from low back pain to depression, feeling stuck. A lot of times they don't know what's wrong. They just don't feel engaged with life. And what happens when you don't feel very good, whether it's illness or depression or just feeling stuck, the universe continues to bring that kind of energy to you because they don't know the difference between good or bad. And so through bioenergy healing, then you start to feel better, and life just gets better and better.
Yeah, that's great. Well, if people want to learn more about you and connect with you online, where do they go?
They have a website at mollygrove.com.
Okay, great. Yeah, MOLLYGROVE.com. Great.
That's correct. Yep.
All right. And for all of you listening and watching, if you want to find out more about all of our events, go to MeWeFairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. Thanks so much, Molly. It's been great being with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.